Onward and upward, that is the motto here, and with basically any tournament, I suppose. But we are doubled up for the rest of the day here on the stadium court. Far side, Alycia Parks. Near side is Jaleesa Leslie. There's a shot of Alycia Parks with her hair up. 18 years old from Port St. Lucie. Both of these players actually have a lot is expected of them. You can start to you can find a lot of I wouldn't say hype is the right word, but they are getting a lot of attention. Parks, they're saying, could be is a Serena type. Of course, you always hear that, just like you always hear somebody is the next Jordan, the next Serena, the next whomever. But Alycia Parks, 18 years old. And on the other side of the net, there in the white, is from Jakarta, Indonesia. That is Beatrice Gumulya. And on the near side is her partner. So, well, the ball just came bouncing into the broadcast tent. I tried to kick it over towards one of the ball folks, and it went under the grandstands. Perfect. Of course it did. Anyway, her partner is from Venezuela, Aymet Uzcategui. Say that 5 times fast. Gumulya, 28 years old, as I mentioned, from Jakarta. And Uzcategui is 23 from Venezuela. Jaleesa Leslie, I meant to tell you, is 16, and she's from Apopka, so that's over up I-4 in the Orlando metro area. So a couple of Floridians here against an Indonesian and a Venezuelan. To warm up, if you are just joining us, Whitney Osigwe advanced 6-2, 6-4 over the lucky loser Haruna Arakawa. Other winners today include Lauren Pagasi, Ellen Perez, Chloe Paquet, Gabriela Dabrowski, the number 1 seed Nicole Gibbs, Pamela Montez, Michaela Konkova, Danka Kavinic, and Pana Uvardi. A couple of singles matches still going. Ingrid Neal and Barbara Krejcikova. Neal took the first set 7-5. Krejcikova is up 3-1 in the second. Neal is a qualifier. Krejcikova is the number 5 seed. And then the number 8 seed, Alycia Kostova, First set, 6-love over Sophia Carrington, and then the second set, Carrington is up 3-2, and Kostova is serving. Another doubles match in action. Anna Danilina and Ellen Perez taking on Uswe Arcanada and Sanaz Moran. Other doubles matches still to come today. Akgul Amanmuradova and Lizette Cabrera. They're taking on Rianne Newborn and Letitia Potratova, and that is not before 2:30 because of Cabrera's and Amanmuradova's rest period. Audrey-Ann Blakely and Joelle Kissel taking on Danka Kovinic and Laura Pagasi. That is scheduled next for this court. We'll see if they move that. Not before 4:40 or 2:45. Chang and Mueller taking on Haruna Arakawa and Catherine Harrison. That is not before 3:30. Also not before 3:30. Pamela Montez and Chanel Van Wen taking on Monica Kilnarova and Whitney Asigwe. That's the last match scheduled for this court. Chris Flenti, or Nick Flenti, excuse me, is our chair umpire today.
Indonesia, Beatrice, Venezuela, Aymet, Uzcategui. The chair both from the United States, Jaleesa Leslie and Park. Leslie Parks won the toss, goes to serve.
You heard that Fletty tell us that Parks and Leslie won the toss and chose to serve. Anastasia Nefedova, Alexandra Riley taking on Rashida McAdoo and Alexandra Perper. That's not before 3:30. That's scheduled for court 7. And then Michaela Honkova and Pana Uvardi taking on Gleason and Neal. Does not have a time yet because Neal is still in action. So Parks and Leslie will serve first. That's them there. Parks on your left, Leslie on your right. A couple of American teenagers. Gumulya has been at this for a while. She's 28. As I mentioned to you, Uzcategui is 23. So we'll see. Does youth win out? Youth and vigor, or does age and experience? See some of these kids wearing the Net Generation t-shirts and see it on the signage and so on and so forth. There you go. That's the official youth tennis program of the USTA, aimed to inspire the next generation of tennis players by embracing all aspects of youth play for kids aged 5 to 11, or 5 to 18, excuse me. So one unified youth brand for tennis. Visit Net Generation to get involved.
First set, Jaleesa Leslie to serve.
So Leslie now to serve, and she'll serve to Gumulya. First serve is a let. Parks just put that away with a quickness, leaving no doubt. Jaleesa just really starting to find her footing. Made it into the main draw last summer of a USTA event over here. It was a 15K in Tampa. Leslie hits it right into the net. So doubles the rest of the way here from Innisbrook today. big serve from Leslie. Gumulya sends it into the stands. 30-15. Anytime I've seen Leslie around the grounds in the last 2 days, she always has a big smile on her face. That's always nice to see. Opposed to some people that just kind of walk around brooding all the time. Gumulya trying to punch it right at Parks's body. Hit the net instead, and now 40-15. Parks at the net, showing some quick hands so far. Goes long. Game goes to Leslie and Parks. So we'll swap ends. Players will stop at the bench. Not particularly hot out here today, although the sun is intense. There's not a cloud in the sky right above us. We're only a couple of miles inland off the Gulf of Mexico. Uzcategui will serve. Does not have a singles ranking, doubles ranking 237. Her career high in singles is 601, career high in doubles 195. So one of these players that kind of has evolved into primarily a doubles specialist. Looks like a little miscommunication on the part of Gumulya and Uzcategui. Looked like that should have been Gumulya's ball. I think she thought that Uzcategui was going to get it. There's an ace. 15 apiece. Uzcategui plays mainly 15s. Maybe a 25 here and there. Uzcategui does have a couple of doubles titles to her name. She got 4 last year, including 1 at a 60K event in Zagreb. But everything else, as I said, 25K, 15K, there's a 10K mixed in there, so gradually playing her way up.
40-30.
Unforced error there sends that into the net. 40-30. Mentioned to you that she does not have a current singles ranking. She ended 2018 at 1224, ended 2018 at 205. But as I said, currently 237. Sends that one way long. Deuce. Remember that they do not play a full deuce here. It's just the deciding point. The other team decides who's going to receive, and Leslie is going to receive. See, there's no going back and forth. Whoever wins this point wins the game. Game goes to Gumulya and Uzcategui. One game apiece, and the serve will rotate back over. Alycia Parks. 18-year-old Alycia Parks will give it a shot. Currently ranked 720 in singles, 554 in doubles. Also has been playing a lot of 25K events. She did play out in Vegas. Lost in the final round of the qualies. Good shot from Gumulya. Leslie couldn't handle. About 15. Parks was in Kentucky last year, Ashland and Lexington. Again, did not get out of the qualies. Partnered with Quinn Gleason in Lexington. Lost to Asia Muhammad and Ellen Perez. She also played at Indian Harbor Beach last year. Again, didn't get out of the qualies. Big serve. Gumulya sends it wide. 15-30. Good shot from Leslie to the feet of Gumulya, 30 apiece. Perez and Denalina have taken a 5-2 lead over Arcanata and Moran. Uzcategui at the net. Again, going right to the body. So with doubles, remember, it's untie their shoes or hit it right into the body. Those are kind of the two strategies. That time it looked like she was trying to go for the body of Leslie, and Leslie just got out of the way. Break point here for Gumulya and Uzcategui. Double fault gives the game to Gumulya and Uzcategui. Doubles day here now for the rest of the day from Innisbrook. Back with more.
Beatrice, Gumulya to serve.
We've almost made our way through the service rotation. Beatrice Gumulya, this is her spot. She's the last one to serve. Currently ranked 615 in singles, 220 in doubles. From Indonesia, I mentioned to you that she's been at this for a while. She's had ranking points since 2006. Another good shot at the net from Parks. Parks has been very good at the net. Seen a couple of quick flashes from her. Gumulya with 12 ITF doubles titles, the most recent last year. It's 25K. Long shot from Parks. But Gumulya, most of her titles have come at the 25K level, the 15s, a bunch of 10s. Oh, excellent cut from Parks, 15-30. Gumulya and Uzcategui up a break. Double fault from Gumulya, now double break point for Parks and Leslie. So Leslie Parks are able to even up the breaks, 2 and 2. And the serve will rotate back over to Jaleesa Leslie. This is the 4th straight game to start Love 15. Another unforced error. It's back-to-back unforced errors from Jaleesa Leslie, costing her team points. They're in the hole Love 30. I don't see a whole lot of breaks like that in doubles, but back-to-back breaks, and maybe we're looking at back-to-back-to-back. Not that time, though. Long return, big serve. That one landed in my lap. Unfortunately, I was not able to corral it. 30 all, though, on, as Uzcategui. Aiming for the broadcast 10, apparently. Forced error from Gumulya, 40-30. So Parks and Leslie have fought their way back, down a couple of points. Second game to go to deuce. See who decides to receive. Looks like it's going to be Uzcategui. Oh, and the shot into the net. So back-to-back-to-back breaks. Gumulya and Uzcategui. They break through and they lead 3-2 back with more doubles from Innisbrook. Aymet Uzcategui, her second turn serving. Uzcategui from Venezuela. Oh, barely got that to drop in. Doing her best to double fault. Tell what that call was, if it was a double fault. Sort of looked like it was in. That one right at the body of Parks from Gumulya, 15 apiece. Neither team is serving all that well. Gumulya and Uzcategui landing 43% of their first serves. They've only won 3 of 6 first serve points, so they've won 3 of 14 first serves. Make that 4 of 16 first serve points that they've won. Meanwhile, Parks and Leslie have won 5 of 18 first serves. A chance for them to put some distance between Leslie and Parks here. They can close this out in 4-2. Ball was long from Uzcategui, 40-30.
40-30.
Well, we're not really sure how tomorrow is going to go, because about this time tomorrow, John McEnroe, Jim Courier, Marty Fish, James Blake are scheduled to be on this court. We'll be sitting on this court, but we'll be commentating on matches going on back on court 11. Double fault, another deuce. Told you that there haven't been a ton of breaks, but back-to-back-to-back service breaks now. And Parks and Leslie trying to get back-to-back-to-back-to-back service breaks. That serve misses. But they're able to hold and take a 4-2 lead.
Uzcategui lead 4 games to 2 for 7.
Parks and Leslie are now 1 of 4 on break points won. Gumulya and Uzcategui 2 for 2. So up a break. And Alycia Parks will try to hold here. Waiting for some spectators to leave. Now we're good. Good play at the net from Uzcategui. Leslie really didn't have a whole lot that she could do with that. Hit it at their feet, untie their shoes with it, or hit it into the body, and they were doing both, kind of picking on Leslie, but finally Uzcategui put it away. Leslie had the shot she wanted. Just couldn't get it to go down. little pepper game broke out at the net that time. Leslie, that time, able to make a play on the ball. Gumulya getting the ball hit at her feet. Couldn't do much about it. Long volley, 30-40, and another breakpoint opportunity now. There are 2 of 3 breakpoints won. Drifts along. Another game goes to deuce, deciding point. Let's see who decides to receive. Looks like it's going to be Uzcategui. Good play from Parks and Leslie. Parks waiting for Gumulya to vacate a spot, tried to go down the line. Gumulya just popped it up, too much on it. Gumulya, Uzcategui lead 4-3, back with more. They're up a break. The Indonesian Beatrice Gumulya, it's her spot in the service rotation. They're up a break. She will do her best to hold here. Tying the shoes of Alycia Parks, Aymet Uzcategui, 15 love. Gumulya's last service game was a break. Well, they've moved a bunch of matches around, and so now we're just kind of playing a waiting game. Whichever match finishes first, I imagine. Court 3 still going on with Ingrid Neal and Barbara Krejcikova. Neal won the first 7-5. Krejcikova won the second 6-2, and now Krejcikova's up 4 games to love. As of now, there's nothing else scheduled for this court. Oh, what a shot from Leslie. Uzcategui just doing her best to get out of the way. bracket head drifts that one long. Was in the right spot at the right time, had the right idea, just couldn't execute it. Sends that one long. Gumulya Uzcategui now 5-3. Service rotates back. It's Jaleesa Leslie's spot. Her last service game also resulted in a break. The match that was scheduled for next on this court was Blakely and Kissel taking on Kovinich and Pagosi. That will start at 3 o'clock on court 7. Court 7 is right behind us. Leslie found herself in no man's land in a bad spot. Tough to make a play there. She got caught trying to decide if she could go forward or come back. Uzcategui hit it at her feet, love 30. Fletty wanted to overrule the line judge who said it was wide.
I mean, I thought it was here, but it would have cleared the shoe mark. I mean, it has to be this close to the service, right? Yeah. It's the only one. Maybe that's what it looks like.
Okay. Guess they'll replay the point. Oh, what a serve from Leslie. 15-30. That thing just ran away from Gumulya. She couldn't believe how far away that was running. Gumulya's not very tall. She's about 5'3". Compact build, so not a lot of reach. Uzcategui with the home run ball, 30 apiece now. Well, Ingrid Neal is looking like she's about to go down. She's on serve and down 15-30. Excuse me, now 15-40. So double match point from Barbara Krajcikova. Oh, a huge serve from Leslie and an ace, 40-30. So they were down. Love 30 have come back and won 3 points in a row. Oh, sneaky little changeup. And Gumulya shot in there to hit it cross court. I thought that was a great move from Uzcategui to lob it over the head of Parks. Parks was lurking up there at the net, and instead, another game that has gone to deuce. It's 5 now that have gone to the deciding point, and Uzcategui will receive. Leslie trying to go down the line with it, and she just missed the doubles alley. So that's a break for Gumulya and Uzcategui, and they take the first set 6-3. Second set coming up. First round doubles action here from Innisbrook continues. Second set about to get underway, and I told you how matches had been moved around, and I also told you how tomorrow there's an exhibition match featuring John McEnroe, Marty Fish, James Blake, and Jim Courier. Well, we've been told that they want this court to practice on this afternoon, so this will be the last match that we will bring you from this court, which means it's the last match that you will have to sit through me droning on and on. All right, so Uzcategui serving. And Gumulya sends one long. Love 15 in favor of Leslie Parks. So there's still doubles action going on today, but a short day for us here on the stadium court. 15 apiece as Leslie can't handle the shot from Gumulya. So that'll be pretty interesting if McEnroe and Courier and Blake and Fish are on this court. Gumulya at the net. Just can't leave it up there like that. An experienced player like Gumulya will make you pay. Great play from Parks, though. Waiting for Gumulya to vacate that spot to go down the alley and snuck it right in behind her, 30 all. Gumulya again, though, at the net. Still waiting to see what time they schedule Hunkova and Avardi taking on Gleason and Neal. Neal just did finish up, lost to,
Game, Gumulya, Uzcategui.
she lost to Barbara Krejcikova. Park sent that one way long. One game to love here in the second set. So singles are all done for the day. Just doubles now. Ellen Perez and Ana Danilina have defeated Usue Arcanata and Sanaz Moran 6-2, 6-2. And that's about the only doubles match that has completed. So the singles are all done, doubles are in progress. That is us in our little broadcast tent right here on the stadium court. Right behind that Perenich, the law firm sign, lurking in the shadows. Jaleesa Leslie to serve. Parks at the net. And a good play from her. Parks is very athletic. We've seen her play a couple of times over the last year or so.
Love.
30 love is Uzcategui. Bit of a mishit from her. Sounded like it came off the frame. Probably not what she wanted to do with it. Jaleesa Leslie. Up 30 love. Parks at the net, not so fortunate this time. Uzcategui going right into the body. Not as talkative as some of the doubles pairs that we have. Always good to see the communication between the teams. Try to listen in. Second serve coming.
Game, Leslie Park.
Leslie Parks even it up one apiece. So Gumulya and Uzcategui changed their order a little bit because Gumulya was the last one to serve for them in the first set, and she's the first to serve here in the second. Parks and Leslie kept theirs intact. They'd like the matchup a little bit better. Excuse me, they did not. No, they left theirs intact as well. Uzcategui was trying to serve there. Thought she was collecting tennis balls to serve, but that was not the case. Apologize for misleading you. That serve missed. Pop that one up, 30-15. Parks can be as tall as she is. She's got long arms, good reach, moves well. Sure, at the net that presents a bit of an intimidation factor. Saw them lob it over her head earlier in the first set. As Leslie took one off the body. Was another ball that was headed right into the broadcast tent. And you really get an appreciation for how hard they're hitting down here when you're on this level, and especially in doubles, because we sit in a similar position in Charlottesville. And especially in doubles, a lot of tennis balls come headed this way. They're moving, I can promise you. So Gumulya and Uzcategui take a 2-1 lead as Alycia Parks whiffed on the ball. More to come. First round doubles from Innisbrook. Welcome back to the stadium court here at beautiful Innisbrook, Palm Harbor, Florida, just across the bay from Tampa. If you're just joining us, this is our last match of the day. The exhibition match between John McEnroe and Marty Fish and Jim Courier and James Blake. Will be here tomorrow, and so they want to use this court to get ready for that. So the last match of the day here is this one. Alycia Parks on serve, 15 love. threaded ball in the net. Leslie had that shot lined up and then just smacks it right into the net, 15 apiece. Nobody has had a chance for a break yet here in the second. After one stretch in the first where we went back to back to back to back service breaks. Oh, boy, asking for trouble right there. That was a good move from Gumulya on the lob, and then Parks just overswung. You can see her there, disgusted with herself. Leslie at the net. Miss hit 30-40 now. First break point opportunity of the second set. Uzcategui and Gumulya look to take a 3-1 lead right here. Gumulya found a soft spot in the zone, and Uzcategui, she and Gumulya now have taken a 3-1 lead on the first break of the second set. Should be Uzcategui's turn in the rotation. Sure what happened there, if it took a funny bounce. You saw the look of disgust on Uzcategui's face. Apiece. A couple of errant shots from Leslie at the net. The overhead, the lob right there into the net, the shot that went wide. But there she rips one into the alley. 15-30 on the service return. Remember that Jaleesa Leslie in the, I don't know if what we would call that, maybe not quite pink, but in any case, she's standing in the deuce court right now. She's only 16. 40. Give a break, get a break. Leslie and Parks gave up a break. They're trying to get one back right here. Double break point. Mishit, 30-40. Play at the net from Gumulya, so they've fought back from double break point. Forced deuce, and looks like Leslie's going to receive. Game goes to Gumulya and Uzcategui. So they lead 4-1. They hold serve, fighting off a couple of break points. Back with more first round doubles action from Innisbrook. Jaleesa Leslie on serve for Leslie Parks. Big uphill climb for them. They have to hold right here. Now this time with an errant shot into the net on the volley. 15-love. Do not know yet what our schedule is. All we know is that we are starting at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Matches will be on court 11, but the broadcast center is not moving. Alycia Parks at the net with a good shot. 30-love. Couple of Florida teens giving it a shot here at 80K Innisbrook Tennis Open. Sends that one wide and a little bit long, 30-15. Shot from Leslie went long, so 30 all. Like I said, if they're going to do anything here in this match, they have to hold serve here. Got off to a 30-love lead and then have lost a couple of points. But a good serve there from Leslie. 40-30. Gumulya couldn't handle.
Game, Leslie Park.
So Leslie Parks hold. Got up, let him draw even, then pulled back ahead. Uzcategui and Gumulya now back to serve. Beatrice Gumulya on. And Uzcategui. 15 love. Fairly routine for play for her at the net. Good play from Leslie at the net. Anything you can do, I can do better. 15 apiece. Read body language. Alycia Park's looking a little discouraged now. They've got a long hill to climb here. Not a good idea for Parks. Just hit that one right into the wheelhouse of Uzcategui. An ace from Gumulya. Good time for that. They take a 5-2 lead. And they will try to break through when we come back for the match. More to come from Innisbrook. Alycia Parks serving to try to stay alive here in the match. And that's a good start on the drop shot. Little cut from Jaleesa Leslie at the net. 15-love. As doubles matches go, this hasn't had a ton of flow to it. Match time, an hour and 8 minutes. Parks trying to finesse that over. Didn't get it there. This is our last match of the day, as the men in tomorrow's exhibition will be using this court to practice. They don't have night matches scheduled anyway. We had one last night just due to the 4.5-hour rain delay, but it's not generally in the plans. That serve missed. Second serve coming. First double fault of the set. Second of the match for Parks and Leslie. Parks, or Leslie rather, had the right idea, but just couldn't control it, and now double match point for Gumulya and Uzcategui. .30-40 on the long shot from Uzcategui. Leslie and Parks alive for one more point at least.
Game, set, match. Gumulya, Uzcategui, 2 seconds to love.
Well, it is game, set, and match. Gumulya and Uzcategui, they move on. Leslie and Parks are done for the tournament. 6-3, 6-2. Match time, an hour and 11 minutes. And that is it for us for today, as Big Mac and friends come in to take over this court. So we apologize to you in advance. We just found out about this. Well, I told you about it as soon as I found out about it from the USTA officials. So that will do it for us today here from the stadium court. Join us again tomorrow starting at 10 o'clock right here from Innisbrook, from the Innisbrook Tennis Open. Have a great night, everybody.